Today what I want to talk about is the toothpaste that I have been using for 20 years. It's homemade and I have not had a toothache, a tooth infection or any kind of inflammatory situation in my mouth for those 20 years. I still use them with my implants. I'm going to show you the ingredients I use. I'm not affiliated with any of the companies. These are just the products that I have used over 20 years. I've tested lots of others and these are the ones that I prefer. They've helped to protect the implants against infection, any kind of inflammation, and they do soothe any pain. So you can follow this, do it for yourself. It's amazing. So the basic ingredients you need are, the base of the toothpaste is coconut oil. And I use the best coconut oil I can find. This is the one because it's virgin, certified organic, and it's cold pressed. Bicarb and a blender, because I actually put the bicarb in the blender and I spin it to make it very, very fine. Bicarb is really good to keep your mouth clean. It actually helps to clean your teeth, keeps your tongue clean, freshens your breath. But because it is slightly abrasive, it's really important to spin it. You actually make it finer. Essential oils, really important to have food grade essential oils. There are only two that are available in Australia. That's Young Living and Revive. So wherever you are, that's really important that they're food grade, they're going into your mouth. You don't want to be putting a toxic essential oil in your mouth. So of the two, the Young Living always had a blend called Thieves, and the Revive has, it's called Immunity Boost. Both of them have oil of cloves in them, which is really good for relieving pain and inflammation in your mouth. The peppermint oil for your flavour, or you can put any other essential oil flavour depending on the flavour you like of your toothpaste. I like peppermint. I have used spearmint in the past. The Revive also has the spearmint flavour. While the peppermint is slightly hotter, the spearmint is slightly sweeter. You don't want your toothpaste to taste foul. So I always put a little bit of liquid stevia in it. It's got no calories. It's got really no sugar because it's made out of the stevia plant. No artificial sugars at all because they can have some nasty effects if you are slightly allergic or sensitive to things like aspartame. And you need jars to put them in. Now I buy these little jars from the cheapy shop. I like them. They're glass. I can see what's going on. They've got a plastic seal on them. They're just a nice size to put in your bathroom. So I put my toothpaste and store them in here. And then I eat ice creams. So I actually keep the ice cream sticks because they're really great for scooping out the coconut oil. Because I've got a jar that is already made up, as you can see, with all of the ingredients, for demonstration purposes today, I'm going to open up my new jar of coconut oil and simply add it to the jar that I've got, just to show you the process. But of course, the first thing you have to do is melt your coconut. Now, you don't want to boil it. You don't want to overheat it. You just need to melt it enough to make it liquid. So I've got a portable hot plate here. I've got some hot water in a saucepan. It's probably only coming up 2 inches, 5 centimeters up the jar. I put it on simmer and I wait until the coconut is just melted enough to use it. Now, one of the other things I love about these jars is they're very thick and they're very, very heavy, and they don't crack if you put them in your hot water. As you can see, this is the new jar of the coconut oil, and it's just been on simmer and slowly melting. It's not boiling. It's lovely and clear. If you get coconut oils that are not pure and not organic, sometimes you will get, it will look cloudy, which means that there's impurities in it. So watch for that. As you can see, it's also liquid. And one of the things you have to be aware of when you're cleaning your teeth is that coconut oil isn't oil. So therefore, if you're cleaning your teeth in the bathroom, the coconut oil will go down your sink. So, and it can clog your pipes. So the recommendation is that you have hot water running to clean your teeth. The hot water will actually just dissolve, again, the coconut oil and carry it away. Okay, so my made up jar is actually melted, and you'll see at the bottom of the jar is a layer of the bicarb. Now, the bicarb is solid, even though I've spun it. It is still solid and it will sink to the bottom. Okay, with the coconut oil melted, I'm then going to take it off the heat. And remember, on these, I only had it at 1 or 2, just enough to keep the water hot and to melt the coconut oil. So this jar is a little bit warm, so we take it out of the water. Is I'm going to heat this Pyrex jug simply because it will make the pour easier. If I'd been really sensible, I would have scooped out the solid coconut oil and put it straight in the Pyrex jug and heated it in there. So pouring it into the jug and then pour it into the mix. So in my made up jar, I'm just going to put probably only half in there. Probably all I need. It's just enough to make your mouth fresh, and the bicarb also helps get stains and what have you off your teeth. Right, now the next thing is really quite unscientific. The clove oil, it doesn't taste very good. But that's about it. It probably had 20 drops of the oil. That's it. I'm a bit more liberal with the peppermint, and I love spearmint, so I'm going to put spearmint in this one. And again, the secret of this is you do it to taste. You just put some oil in, squirt some stevia, and then you mix it. And simply taste it. Okay, you can taste the bicarb. It's just got a slightly salty taste, bicarb. I'm going to put just a touch more stevia in there because I like it a bit sweeter. I'm going to put just a touch more spearmint, just for the spearminty flavour. And because this is the good stuff, and I can't taste it very much, I'm going to put just a bit more in there. It's really up to you. And it's really about what you're prepared to clean your teeth with twice a day. Okay, taste it. That's spearminty and sweet, and yet I can taste the undertones of the cloves just slightly and the bicarb. Okay, so the next thing is we need to get them into the little jars. So the rest of your coconut oil that's melted, you just put it in your sealed jar, put it in the cupboard, it will solidify, ready for melting for next time. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is get this made up mixture into the little jars. And I'm going to pour it into my jug. And then pour the toothpaste into these little jars. Now, because the bicarb, as you can see, is at the bottom, and I really want the bicarb in my toothpaste, I'm actually going to spoon some of this in. Now, I want you to remember that in the hot weather, that's what your toothpaste is going to look like. It's quite liquid. So when it's liquid, I have to admit, I just put my toothbrush in and clean my teeth. Put the lids back on. And what I do is that I then put the jars of toothpaste in the fridge for about 10 minutes. Because the bicarb is at the bottom, I'll actually give it a bit of a shake and help to redistribute it. Okay, this is what your toothpaste will look like when it's set. You can see it's about 26 degrees today, so it's still fairly solid. On a hotter day, it will go more to liquid. So it's just, when it's solid, just your little spatula. That's all you need, about that much. Put it on your toothbrush and clean your teeth. Now, these jars, those five jars I made today will last me 6 months, and that's just me using them. But just want to let you know that this toothpaste is actually suitable for the whole family, particularly if you are looking for a non-commercial toothpaste with fluoride in it, because there's no fluoride. Remember, the coconut oil is an anti-inflammatory and antibacterial, which means it kills the germs in your mouth. It's a soother, it's a lubricator as well. The other thing is, if you buy your coconut oil with a long life, as I did, mine goes through till 2027, your coconut oil doesn't go off. As another aside for your family, if ever you've had a child, or you've had a really, really bad toothache, you know that, it's really distressing for everyone. Now, in the olden days, if we had a toothache, we would put oil of cloves on it, which tastes foul, but it also completely and utterly numbs the gum and the nerves around the sore tooth. But dentists then said that if you use oil of cloves too much, you can eventually kill the nerve. What I do for my grandchildren, and have for 20 odd years, is I even had it for my mum when she was in a nursing home. I had a bottle of distilled water. I put in some the oil of cloves in this brand, the Immunity Boost, and then I put the peppermint or spearmint essential oil in the water, again, probably about 10 drops in a 500 ml bottle of water, and some liquid stevia, and you have the perfect mouthwash to kill pain, refresh your mouth, and it doesn't damage the nerves. Now, just as a little aside, if you've had a really bad cold and you've got your sinuses are all stuffed up, it's not really a good idea to put straight essential oils into your mouth that can be quite strong. But in desperation, I have tipped a bottle up like that, got a tiny drop on the end of my finger, put it up into the roof of my mouth, and peppermint will clear your sinuses. So the other thing is with the mouthwash is that it helps to clear your head as well as keep your mouth clean.